Good morning. I'm going to call to order the public meeting of the Arapahoe County Board of County Commissioners for October 9th, 2018. To my left is Ron Carl, the county attorney. To my far right is Gail Stumpo, the assistant clerk to the board. Ms. Stumpo, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Jackson?
Here.
Commissioner Holland?
Here.
Commissioner Sharp?
Here.
Commissioner Conti?
Good morning.
Good morning. Commissioner Baker?
Here. Commissioner Sharp, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Please join me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mr. Carl, are there any modifications to the agenda this morning?
There are no modifications.
Are there any discussion, questions from any of the commissioners about the agenda? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve or adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Motion made by Commissioner Sharp, seconded by Commissioner Holland. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed or abstentions? Seeing none, that motion carries. This is the time when we allow citizens to address the Board of County Commissioners. Are there any citizens that would like to address the commissioners on any non-agenda items? Seeing none, the citizen comment period is closed, and we'll move on to the consent agenda. Are there any discussion, questions, comments from commissioners? If not, I would entertain a motion to adopt the items on the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Holland, seconded by Commissioner Conti. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any abstentions or objections? Seeing none, the consent agenda items have been approved. We have one general business item to consider this morning. This is a public hearing submission of the 2019 recommended budget. The presenter is Todd Weaver. Our county attorney on this item is John Christopherson, the deputy county attorney. Mr. Christopherson, would you please lay the foundation for us?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This item has been properly noticed, and the board has jurisdiction to proceed with receipt of the proposed budgets and to set hearing dates for the adoption of the proposed budgets.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Mr. Weaver.
Good morning, Board. Before you have the budgets for Arapahoe County, the Arapahoe County Recreation District, the Arapahoe Law Enforcement Authority, and the Arapahoe County Public Water and Wastewater Public Improvement Districts. All total, the expenditures in those budgets total $413.2 million, and they are offset by $401.9 million in revenue. The general fund has a total revenue of $192.1 million, and that total expenditures of $202.6 million. While we're not going to go through the budget in detail this morning, there is a study session scheduled to go over the major recommendations within this recommended budget on Tuesday, October 16th at 10:30 a.m. I just want to kind of give you a quick few facts about the budget that you have before you. So this is the general fund revenue, $192.1 million, expense $202.6 million. On an operating basis, the operating budget for the general fund is balanced with a $1.1 million operating surplus. That would be $190 million in general fund operating expenses, offset by $191 million in general fund operating revenue. Within that budget, there are the budgets for the remainder of the 26 funds and 21 departments, offices, and agencies that we are responsible for submitting a budget for. The budget is in conformance with the Taxpayer Bill of Rights and all of the constitutional and statutory revenue limitations that we have. The total staffing funded is 2,222.9 FTE. That is up 83.5 FTE from 2018. But of those 83.5, 18 are for previously approved human services FTEs that were done in August, and 23 of those positions are going to be funded by the City of Centennial through the law enforcement contract. So that brings what's been added to the county staffing headcount about 42.5 FTEs. Within this document, the budget message kind of presents an executive summary of the major recommendations that you will find in the budget. As I said, the study session is scheduled with the Executive Budget Committee to go over those recommendations next Tuesday at 10:30. So with that, I don't want to go into too much detail and ruin that study session. There'll be a lot more information presented then. But as John said, these are the submission of the budget to meet the statutory requirements, and then we'll set the public hearing date for the budget and the adoption date and move forward with the budget process. So with that, if there are any questions, I'd be more than happy to address those at this time.
Commissioner Holman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to thank the staff, your staff, and Janet's staff, you're part of Janet's staff, for the hard work that you do. I know these are very difficult times, and looking at future potential revenue and expenditure requirements, and just want to thank you and the staff for the preparation and hard work that you put into this effort. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions? Commissioner Conti.
Thank you. And Todd, I just also want to echo that and thank you for your time that you spent with me to give me a greater understanding of what has gone into creating this document and the process further as we go forward. So I want to send my acknowledgments also to the staff for all that you have done, and to the members of the board who also sat in those meetings and hearings and all that you've done to compile this for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments? If not, I would entertain a motion. Or I can make that motion myself. Commissioner Jackson.
I can do it. So, I move to acknowledge the receipt of the 2019 recommended budgets for the Arapahoe County Law Enforcement Authority, and the Arapahoe County Recreation District, and as the ex officio board of the Arapahoe County Water and Wastewater Public Improvement District, acknowledge the receipt of the proposed 2019 budget submitted for the Arapahoe County Water and Wastewater Public Improvement District, and set the date of October 23, 2018 as the public hearing date for these proposed budgets, and further establish December 11, 2018 as the date for the public hearing for the adoption of these 2019 budgets.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Jackson, seconded by Commissioner Conti. All in favor? Aye. Any objections or abstentions? Seeing none, that motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Mr. Weaver. That was the only general business item we had. Are there any commissioner comments this morning? Seeing none, we stand adjourned.